Phew. Alright guys, welcome back to some more Umineko when they cry. And I'm really liking this jam music right now. It's jamming with me. So yeah, I hope you guys have been doing well. Back for some more Umineko. Recent news is the world is not okay right now because you know the whole Ukraine situation. Russia invaded Ukraine. The innocent people are dying. It's unfortunate. It's very sad to see. Uh, it sucks. So the world situation is not a positive one right now. But yeah, February 2022. Not great, not great. I hope everything is okay. Well, it's not okay as you can clearly tell. But yeah, that whole situation is messed up. Um, like I know people. I've heard of people that have told me like that they have friends or acquaintances at least over over in Ukraine, and they've lost contact with them and they're scared. Like they don't know where their friends are, and that's nuts to me. That's crazy. So I only thing I can hope for is that everything goes all right. I mean, Russia, Ukraine, it's messed up. It's crazy. The world is crazy right now, but we're here playing Umineko. That's not it's not a laughing matter, but you know, yeah, welcome back. Uh, I don't have much power in me right now to do much about that situation, but I'll keep playing Umineko and focus on what I can do, you know, in my own way. So yeah, I hope the world improves. Maybe, you know, I hope people are okay. And hope you guys are okay watching this. So yeah, more Umineko. I want to check the character files. We're still in chapter 11, right? Let's try to finish this chapter, this part. Maybe we won't. The character files, I don't remember them changing at all. Yeah, they're still the same. That peeps. Okay. And yeah, when we last left off, Eva and Battler they're still discussing the killer. They're still discussing about the killer, about there being a 19th person or not, and they both came to the realization that hey, there's no 19th person. One of us disguised as Beatrice, and we went up to Maria. That's basically what we've come to, and yeah, we're gonna continue off of that discussion and see where it goes. Of course, Kenzo's also disappeared. But yeah, let's see what Battler has to say. Right, that's another thing. Eva came to the at least she suggested that the servant. It's possible that all the servants work together to do the killings because they are the ones who are closest to Kenzo, and it will make most sense. Also because they know all about where the keys are into the storehouse and everything, so they're the biggest suspects. And not just that, but Eva also suggested that there's no way there could be only one killer. There has to be multiple killers that did all of this. So the servants all work together to do it. So Kumasawa, Genji, and Cannon. These are the three servants that are alive, at least. So that leaves not a lot of necessary explanation for why Goda and Shannon weren't on play. However, you could argue Goda is not a real he's not a real proper servant yet. He's only been working for 2 years. He doesn't even have the eagle, one-eyed eagle. You could argue that. And that Shannon, even though she's been working for a while, over how many years? 10 years. She's been working for 10 years here. She wasn't a full-fledged servant because she didn't properly act like furniture, like the rest keep on calling themselves furniture. And yeah, she had this whole relationship with George, so that's why, you know, they were like, we gotta kill her off. Those are arguments you could make. Now, of course, I'm not with this theory that all the servants were in cahoots. I don't think that's the case, but it is a reasonable conclusion to come up with as of right now, I think. So, and that's what Eva suggested, and Battler still hasn't given his opinions on it. To be fair, he's only just saying maybe, of course. So yeah, and we're gonna keep it going. Let's see what Eva's saying. Let's see what And we've already heard what they think of Beatrice, so yeah, let's keep it going. They don't think she exists. Has to be one of us. Okay. Right, yeah. Yeah, that's... Yeah. None of the servants are here right now, are they? I'm pretty sure they all walked out with, Didn't they all walk out to find Kinzo? Right? Right, along with Natsuki, I wanna say, if I remember correctly. Right? Right, because they feel like Kinzo's the only person who could give them a possible solution to like what they could be doing right now. And since Kinzo's disappeared, they've all gone they've all gone to find Kinzo, and the only ones left in here are Battler and the other kids, the cousins, and Eva and Hideyoshi. I'm pretty sure Nandra's gone with them too, and even though he's not a servant. But if Eva has this theory, that makes me really, really curious as to what she thinks about the servants going out with Natsuki and Nanjo, I guess. Right? Is Nanjo in cahoots with them? I don't think she thinks that. I'm not sure if she thinks Nanjo is in cahoots with them too. But I wonder what she thinks, because she's let them go with Natsuki alone. Or maybe, because we know how Eva is snarky with Natsuki all the time, maybe she's okay with her dying. Maybe she's trying to, if Natsuki does die here, she's trying to use that as proof of her theory that the servants are in cahoots and that they killed Natsuki and the rest. And it would add up. And yeah, she's basically, from Eva's perspective, Natsuki's the sacrifice. And since she already isn't on the greatest of terms with Natsuki, you could come up with the conclusion that that's why Eva let them go alone. But let's see what they say further on in this discussion. Still, I'm still mesmerized by Battler and Eva talking to each other. Their personalities are such a weird blend, I feel like. I really do. They're just so different, but like so. They're both very unique people. At first they followed stereotypes, right? Battler followed a lot of MC stereotypes, but now he's becoming more. I don't know. Well, we haven't gone too far with the characters yet, so I can't say much about them yet. But he's becoming more like multi-dimensional, especially starting last part too, when he said that I don't feel like, when he talked about his dad, right? And then he said, I don't feel sadness anymore. That feeling has turned to irritation. That's the entire reason I call that part irritation, I believe. It's really interesting to me that Battler's character is becoming more. Is becoming more deep, I guess I could say. There's more going on to him, and Eva, with her little theories and stuff, coming up with stuff, and she's sneaky. She's like a snake. She's sneaky. Like, you never know what she's gonna do, what she's gonna say. Her words as well. They ting, and having Battler's sort of personality with Eva's is, I don't know, it just blends so weird. Even though they are, she is his aunt, so they are, you know, very close related family. It's still like, it's weird, and it's weird as well how some with Eva's personality, you know, has a son like George, right? Because George's personality is so different from his mother's. Of course, I'm not saying that a kid has the same personality as their mothers. Of course not. I'm sure you guys don't have the same personality as your mother. Same with me. I have a totally different personality than my mother does. Totally different. But that's not the point. The point is that, like, from Eva we got George, who's so. But George also probably influenced by Hideyoshi, who I find personally has a lot more tact, I guess you could say. Hideyoshi, multiple times throughout the story so far, has claggered on Eva for not having enough tact, to be fair. So, you know, I'm not just saying that because because I hate on Eva. It's literally been said in the story too. So, yeah, I do think Hideyoshi has a bit more tact. But yeah, okay, let's keep it going anyway. It's about this big speculation alone. Okay. Am I the only person that feels like the music is too loud compared to the characters? I'm not gonna change it now, but I hope you get. You know, I really like the voice acting in this, so I want to hear her and Battler and stuff because they've got some really great voice actors. I do want to hear their voice acting skills. It's great. Anyway, we can check that out eventually if their voices are too low. What would you do if it really was true?
彼らは私たちを生かして返さないでしょうね。しかも兄さんたち4人をやすやすと殺した相手なのよ。
This is true. You say Nissan, well, yeah, your older brother, but also Rudolph and all the others. Yeah, it's true. If it is the servants, I don't think it is, but yeah, whoever it is, whether it's a group of people, whether it's one person, whether it's two people, whatever it is, yeah, they clearly had no problem. Not only did they have didn't feel like they have any remorse for it, especially because they wanted us to find out and stuff, so they don't really regret doing it. But they also had no problem doing it. They managed to get away doing it pretty easily. All Eva's doing right now is speculation. There's absolutely no evidence that it is the servants, other than the speculation she's made, based on wits. So, clearly whoever did the killings did a good job of getting away with it.
今この部屋に残っていてまともに戦えそうな人間はうちの家族の3人にせいぜいバトラ君で4人ってところ。
3 people in my family, maybe you. What? You're saying Jessica can't put up a fight? You're saying Maria can't put up a fight? Huh? Yeah. Because there's what? 7 people in this room? The four kids? You? And Hideyoshi. That's actually 6. Why do you think there were 7? Is it because Kinzo's disappeared? How many are there in total? There's 6 people in this room right now, right? If there's 6 people in this room, then there's Natsui, Nanjo, Canon, and... Wait, did I count wrong? Natsui, Nanjo, Canon, Genji, Kumasawa, that's 11, and the missing Kinzo, that's 12. Yeah, that is the correct tally. So there are 6 people here in this room. Why did I think there were 7 though? How many are there that went out? Natsui, Nanjo, Genji, Canon, Kumasawa. That's 5. 5 plus 6 is 11. Oh yeah, that makes sense. No, that adds up.
状況は昨晩と何も変わらない。
So she's not even it was last night.
つまり犯人にとって残る私たちを皆殺しにするなんて簡単なことなのよ。
But unless y'all stick together, don't split up and go to sleep in your rooms like you did last night. Unless you're saying they're all gonna group up, but y'all can put up a fight. Oh, unless you're saying, yeah, because we're the only people who can put up a fight, we're not strong enough to take down all the servants together. I mean, surely someone like Battler is strong enough to put up a fight against, let's say, Canon. Then there's Genji. Let's say her theory is correct right now. Someone like Battler can he can take down Canon. What, does Canon have some sick martial arts training or anything? Did he have those in those like servant schools that they were talking about when we were talking with Shannon? Like the servant schools, did they have like martial arts stuff? Nah, they should just have servant training. I'm sure Battler can put up, even if he doesn't, he can put up a tie, he'll get at least a tie fighting Canon, right? If not, Battler seems like, and they've said this in the visual novel as well, how about Battler has great physique. He can take down Canon. I think Canon, yeah. Genji's a problem, right? Genji, I don't know, he might be buffed up in there, you know? Maybe Hideyoshi and George. If Hideyoshi and George team up, they should be able to take down Genji though, right? For example. Then there's Kumasawa. An old woman, right? You can take her down, Eva, right? Right? Again, unless Kumasawa is some martial law, like she's sick fighter that we don't know of, you can take her down. Now the problem is if they pull up with guns, then yeah, you're all dead. If they pull up with guns or like machetes or like a whole like grenade, they just grenade the room. Yeah, you're all dead. But to be fair, yeah, if they are the killers, they'd have. And since they got away with last night's murders, they have no reason to just go up and spar these guys. Surely they come in with like knives and stuff. They just, if I was the servants and I was the killers, like I just have a knife in my pocket and just stab them real quick, all together. Like I'd be like, countdown, boys, 3, 2, 1, stab. Put up a decent fight, you say? The other people in this room who look like they could put up a decent fight are the 3 people in my family. So you, George, and Hideyoshi, and maybe Battler. 4 at most. I'm saying, Jessica's got some hidden strengths that y'all are underestimating. And Maria, bro, she's got direct ties to the witch. That is knowledge power. She may not have physical power, but y'all, she has the knowledge that y'all don't. She's the entire reason Natsu's still alive by giving Jessica the necklace thingy, which was then passed on to Natsu. Just saying. Just saying. Seriously, is no different than once last night showed it would be easy for the culprit to massacre the rest of us. I've been playing detective with Auntie Eva out of desire to expose the person who had killed Dad and the rest before the police did. Right, because you freaking hate the murderer. You're irritated at the murderer. You hate him. If I could manage to skillfully penetrate the culprit's identity, I wanted to stick the evidence in their face. Yeah! Here, look! It's this person! Send him to prison! I'd gotten it into my head that if I did that, the culprit would give up and surrender, just like in one of those detective movies. Okay, so Battlers. Just like when he first found the bodies, he's treating this like a detective movie again. Okay. However, the culprit only surrenders there because they are in a situation where resisting would be futile. Exactly. So even if you find out who the murderer is or the culprit is, it's not going to change much because resisting would work. Right? Resisting against police? Yeah, good luck with that, mate. Resisting against, I don't know, an 18-year-old battler? Probably gonna work. Maybe. The culprits behind these incidents on the island were far from helpless, and might even be able to massacre all of the remaining people on the island. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't have time to wait until tomorrow. The people who massacred the peeps on the island so far, right, and who gave Maria that umbrella, whoever it is, they're good enough to kill the rest of you lot before the boat arrives tomorrow, so that y'all can run away from here. Guaranteed. And on top of that, this island was like a giant locked room, cut off from the outside world by the typhoon. Hey, that rhymes. Kind of, not really. That's an N and that's an M. Okay. So they had the full day until tomorrow to kill, scheme, and cover up their handiwork. Yeah. So all they'd have to do is wait for you guys to split up somehow, and then chop, chop, chop. That's why y'all shouldn't split up. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe y'all have a better idea. In short, we weren't in the kind of safe atmosphere where we could entertain ourselves by playing detective. I guess? But you're gonna entertain yourself by doing nothing and letting the killing happen? You have to just play some sort of detective. At least, if not detective, at least play defensive, right? Find a way to, you know, to make sure that you don't get killed. You and your family, you care about your family. Try and find something. On the contrary, we were at a stage where we had to be scared stiff. Since playing detective might displease the culprits and cause them to repeat another mass murder. Yeah, because if you do start playing detective, then whoever plays the most detective is going to be the biggest target, right? The murderers don't want to get caught, so whoever finds the most information is going to be a big target, right? Is Beatrice going to go after someone like that? Someone playing detective? Hmm.
あくまでも可能性の問題よ。でも私は使用人の人たちをまだ信用できないわね。それに私は使用人だけを疑ってるわけじゃないの。
Okay.
さらに黒幕がいるかもしれないと思ってるわ。
One single person like Kinzo? You really think Kinzo might be the mastermind behind all this, Eva? What's your thought process behind that? Even if it isn't Kinzo, who do you think might be the mastermind? Remember, from your POV, the switch doesn't exist, right? So who do you think? Who do you think, Eva? Who do you think out of us and Kinzo could be the mastermind behind everything? Don't tell me you suspect Natsui.
黒幕？どうしてですか？
勘よ。使用人は書いて字のごとし、誰かに使用されて手足となる存在よ。
Right, to do someone's bidding. Okay, again, I feel like the music is that just me? Let me know if the music is too loud compared to... I really like the soundtracks. I don't know, the soundtrack needs to stay. I'm not meaning the music and just listening to them. No, no, no. The soundtracks create the whole vibe. It's so important to have them on. But if you can't hear the voice actors, then nah. The soundtrack has to be just the background music to set up the vibe. Of course, has to be. But I don't know. I think audio mixing is very important. That's something I really care about. Because I see so many movies with just so many movies and stuff I watch has terrible audio mixing, man. The music will be so loud and I'll be trying to hear what they're saying, and you know, thankfully we have subtitle or we have text here so you can read and so we know what they're saying even though they speak in Japanese, and at least I don't understand Japanese. I guess if you understand Japanese, then there you go, you can just hear them talk and have to read what it's saying down there. But since I can't, I have to read. It's fine if I don't necessarily hear them very well. But when I'm watching movies and shows and stuff, well, I'll have subtitles on there too, if that's an option. I'm still gonna listen. Like I'm still gonna mainly focus on listening to them, of course, while I'm watching the movie. But then, or a show. But then sometimes the music will be so freaking loud. Not even my television's fault. That like I'd have to freaking like destroy everyone's ears in the house just to be able to hear what they're saying. And that's just ridiculous. There's just bad audio mixing from whoever made the movie. I know the music just creates the atmosphere and especially for hype, epic moments. But if I can't hear what the people are saying, especially during a dialogue scene or something, then what's the point? What's the point? The music creates a vibe from nothing. I don't even know what's going on anymore. So yeah. I mean, thankfully, when it comes to this visual novel, we're reading, and you know, we really only appreciate what they're saying based on their voice actor performances, not based on what they're actually saying. So we got that going on, and maybe you know the music being loud can amplify that vibe. But I don't know. I feel like they're not talking loudly enough. Hopefully the audio mixing is fine, and hopefully, of course, my audio mixing is fine. Like I'm not too loud compared to the characters. Of course, I'm trying. I always am silent, or I always try my absolute best to be silent when they're talking, to give the voice actors, of course, their time to shine, and also to, you know, because when I'm silent, of course, I get to hear better, and to let the voice actors' performances also get to me, right? So I can hear them, you know, do their thing. So I really appreciate that, but yeah. Hopefully my audio mixing is fine too. So what sucked to me is if I'm too loud compared to the visual novel, for example. So you have to lower the volume every time they're talking, and then raise the volume every time I'm talking. Raise the volume whenever they're talking, and then lower it whenever I'm talking because I'm too loud, or vice versa if I'm too low. But yeah, but I do have my voice a bit louder than the music and their voice on purpose. because I should be. I'm trying to be the main focus. I say the main. I try to be main focus. You get what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to have my voice be like the main thing, and then this being their voice acting and stuff, and music the background thing. But all of them should play a role in good audio mixing, in my opinion. And yeah, I spent like 30 minutes because my audio mixing when I play games on consoles I already fixed that up. It took me years to fix, but fixed it. When this visual novel, I had to do some takes to make sure the audio mix is fine. I spent the first 4 videos or so had ish of the series didn't have the best audio mixing because I was like switching about, checking, but then by this 5th and 6th video, I kind of just got the stride and found the audio mixing that I think fits. But yeah, I obviously can't change the background music. I don't think I can from this. Oh yeah, I can if I go to config. So of course I can go to config and let's see here. I'm not going to do it right now because I'll let you guys debate that. Let's see next. Yeah, so I have the BGM, the background music volume. I have it here because I noticed that max was too loud. Of course, as you can see, I've done this audio mixing before. I've put this effort. And oh my god, is that Beatrice? I never noticed that. I've actually never noticed that. Who's that? Whoa! Whoa, 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 okay, wait. Is this a... Hey, who's that? Wait, okay, wait. That's Beatrice, isn't it? She's outside of her portrait. The only time I've ever seen her is in the portrait. Right, unless I'm blind and that's nah, that's not Jessica. Nah, that's Beatrice. I know. That hairstyle, I see it. Okay, I don't want to look at this too much. I don't want to get randomly spoiled by something here. But anyway, legit, whenever I fixed my config before this, I never noticed. but there's people up there too. No, okay, let's not look too much. I can always lower the background volume. Of course, it won't affect this part anyway because I have to reload the visual novel for the setting to kick in. But yeah, I have it here because I think that's where the best mixing with the effects with the voice fits best. Actually, the rain is a bit annoying. I could have the rain effect be a bit lower too. Do you guys want that? I could like, for next video, I could just like lower the effect volume to be here too. But I do like effects, and yeah, the voice volume has to be max because I want to be able to hear the voice actor performances. But yeah, let me know if I should switch these settings around, of course. And I've actually gotten replies to questions I've given in videos, so I really appreciate those, and I 100% take criticism, 100%. I love it, actually. I really want it, so that sounds weird. That sounds weird, but you get what I'm saying. Alright. Okay, to do some spinning, right, the servants. To Shuma family. I mean, doesn't everyone here have a relation to the Ishirome family? Right? Everyone on the island has a relation to the Ishirome family? Isn't this entire island owned by us and only us, only we can come out in here and out of here? What you're saying doesn't make sense, Eva. What? With interest in that result to be involved? What do you mean by that? No, actually, okay, I understood everything Eva was saying until now. What does she mean by that? Everyone who's killed had some relation to the Schumer family, so it would be natural for someone with interest in that result to be involved. Someone with interest in the result of killing people who have some relation to the Schumer family, aka literally everyone on the island. As far as we know, I mean, heck, even Beatrice, she exists, and we believe her story to some extent. Even she has a relation to the Yoshiromiya family. I just don't think she has the same... Oh, I forgot! What was it called when like hair is on your forehead? There's a word for it, but she also has the same hair on forehead like Beatrice does. There's a word for it, goddammit. There's a word for it, I know. Turn off... let's see... I'm just gonna type on Google, hair on forehead. Because I really want to remember the word. It's like... What do you call it? Fuzz or baby hair? What are you on about? Such as your earlobe or forehead. Nah, 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 nah. No, not like that. Like, no. Oh my god. There's talking about hair growing on your forehead. No, I'm talking about hair growing on your head. Going. Okay, hair. How do I put it then? Hair growing. On head to forehead. Does that make sense? On head to forehead. What's the word for it? Not hair growing on forehead. No. Not hair growth on forehead. How to grow hair on front forehead? What the frick? What is that question? Is it possible to grow hair? No! How I grew my hair back? Man, I can't find a good result. Okay, what do you call hair on face? No, not hair on face. That's facial hair. That's literally what it's. Hair on head. No, that's You get what I'm saying. Google, help me out, Google, please. It's called bangs. Bangs. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Stack Exchange. We got the answer from Stack Exchange. Why do we call hair that hangs down on... Yeah, hair that... I should have said that. Hair that hangs down your forehead. Bangs. She has the same bangs. That took way too long just to figure something like that out. She has, bangs on her forehead. Just like, let's see. Just like Beatrice does. Of course, that's probably just random stylistic choice. I don't think Eva has any direct relationship with Beatrice. At least not as far as I'm aware. But yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna start looking into why bangs are called bangs, but they're called bangs. So yeah. Ooh, wait a second. Holy crap. Wait, what? What the frick? Guys, that's guys. Okay, so here's real quick, completely random. As I'm recording this right now, actually, sometime I think actually within recording this, someone has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Actually, though, I have 71 subscribers now. Thank you so much, bro. Whoever that was, if you're watching this, thank you so much. That's hilarious. In the middle of recording a Umineko video. Who would have thought? What are the chances? That's amazing, though. The amount of subscribers I've gotten the last 3 months is crazy. It's exponential. After I started the Umineko series, it's exponential since before Umineko. Like, I used to be getting 1 subscriber every like 4 months or something, every like couple months, and I'd be happy with that. I'd be, oh my god, there's a new one. Recently, I've gone almost 1 every week, if not more than 1 every week, the last couple of months. It's nuts. Over the course of 5 years, I amassed about 50 subscribers, and most of them were from the first 2 years. Because a lot of subscribers, I think, were bots and stuff. I still think a lot of subscribers are bots. But then, within the last just 5 months, within the last couple of months that I've been recording Umineko, I've gone from 50 to now 71. That's nuts. That is crazy. That is something that took me years and years and years to grow. It's just happening a couple months. That is nuts. So thank you so much. I'm saying this in the middle of a Umineko video. I should just keep it going. Go back on topic. But some random person subscribes. Hey, thank you. I'll take it. Anyway, it would be natural for someone with interest in that result to be involved. Right. Oh yeah. This is the sentence that didn't make sense to me. This didn't make sense to me, but okay. This was also plain and clear. What was plain and clear? That everyone in the family is related to Yoshiromiya? I'm confused. The Yoshiromiya family were currently right in the middle discussing how to distribute the inheritance if grandfather died. Right, there was that whole thing again, right? And you guys are gonna connect that to the death, aren't you? Yeah, I mean, that would make sense. That would make sense if you were to do that. But at the same time, not every person who died was connected to those arguments. How was Shannon in any way connected? How was Gora connected? I'll give you the rest, but Shannon and Gora are not connected, so to me that argument immediately goes off. The only way I could see your argument making sense is if a separate murderer killed Gora and Shannon, and their bodies were found together in a different spot. But since they were all found together in the storehouse in the same spot, the murderer has to be the same. Well, it doesn't have to be. It could be a group of people that work together on the murders. But yeah, just saying. Okay. Family currently in the middle of discounted. Yeah. If grandfather died. Yeah. If this followed the formulaic plot used to death by many classic mystery novels. Also, Kinzo is going to die within the next couple of months. That's another thing to remember. So whatever's happening right now, Kinzo's going to happen in the next couple of months, according to Nanjo's Doctor Boy's baby boy doctoring. I don't know what I said or why I said that. Okay. It would definitely be a crime by someone with the ties to the Ushiruma family and who was entangled in the inheritance problem. Yes, okay. This is the first thing that I fully agree with them on. Maybe it's like one of the at least one of the very few things I agree with them on. Because I don't speculate that it's the servants or anything. But yes, definitely someone entangled in the inheritance problem because of Beatrice, right? She's entangled in all of that inheritance problem because she's the one that got the gold to start with. So, okay, I follow this logic. Let's go. I'm with it. Auntie had probably also read a few books in that genre. So, okay, you guys are really treating this like a mystery novel. Okay, that's how you guys are going about your detective work. I feel like rather than doing that, y'all should try to compare this, if you guys know of anything. You should compare this to real, like, mysteries and how police have managed to solve those, rather than the ones in books and movies. Not saying that the ones in books or movies can't be of help at all, because the ones in books or movies are inspired by real life events, maybe, sometimes, in some ways, at least the detective work might be. Who knows? Either way, can't fully expect movies and books to be, fully realistic, even though they might make sense. But yeah, just like Umineko. I'm reading Umineko right now. Can't fully expect everything that's going on here to be fully realistic. But yeah. But at least as long as everything's consistent, I'm fine with it. Her theory did have a few one-sided conclusions to it, but it was a run-of-the-mill idea that anyone would surely hit upon. True. I think anyone would have suspected the servants, even if their logic was different. Okay. Especially the talk revolving around the key to the shutter. That was enough to make it easy to suspect strongly that one of the servants was involved in the case. It's true. That is enough. Don't like it for some reason.
気に入らないって何の話？
What do you mean you don't like it?
あ、いえいえ、こっちの話っす。
What did you mean by I don't like it? Which is why I don't like it? Because it's one of the servants? That is a piece of crap? Because it's someone you care about? Well, because it's someone you know very well at least, and you feel like they're people you trusted before, so it's extra hard to take in that they have to be one of the murderers. I dodged the question by joking, but I couldn't wipe out the sense of unease I felt inside me. Okay. Because the reasoning we had arrived at was altogether too simple. Reasoning that anyone could arrive at. And I just couldn't accept that. Right. Because anyone could arrive at that reasoning. You didn't want that. You wanted the reasoning. You have to accept the reasoning that is super clever because no one could come up with it because it's crazy. Because it's really out of the box. It's really thinking out of the box to come to some other reasoning. Okay. If I tried flipping over the chessboard like I had learned from Kirie-san. Let's go. Kirie, even after her death, we're still using her. Yes, flip the chessboard, battler. It's gonna work for you. That was exactly why it was impossible for the servants to be the culprits. Ah, yes, battler. Flip the chessboard. Flip the chessboard. If you flip the chessboard, you're saying that it's impossible for the servants to be the culprits. If the servants really had been the culprits, they wouldn't have hidden the bodies in a place that was tied to themselves. Good argument. Certainly not the Rose Garden, not the Rose Garden storehouse of all places, whose key they themselves controlled. One thing with that though, before we keep going on Battler's arguments here, one thing with that though, to me, it was clear that whoever the killer was wanted them to find the bodies. Whether it was the servants or not, the killer wanted them to find the bodies. That is something I'm convinced about. Because the killer left the key back exactly where it was in the drawer, in the exact same place, and left the whole magic circle outside. Like, oh, there's dead bodies in here, and also magic circle with weird symbols. I'm a Satanist. The police will probably immediately pursue whoever had been in control of the key. That would create a danger for exposure. If we were to assume that they were the culprits, they had no reason to carry the bodies into the storehouse. Did they expect us to think that, and so put them in the storehouse deliberately? That also doesn't add up, does it? No, that definitely didn't make sense. Exactly, that also doesn't add up. When the police come and inspect the site, all kinds of things will probably become clear. No matter how deeply careful the culprits were in carrying out the murder, some kind of traces will definitely be found. So, in summary, they have everything to lose and nothing to gain. Okay, according to you. If you think about it this way, and look at the game from the culprit's side, it feels like there's no point in advertising the location of the corpses. I see. Okay. Okay. I see. Okay, I see the argument. But they did it anyway, though. They advertised the location anyway. That's what I'm saying. They wanted the corpses to be found, even though, according to you, they have nothing to gain. Unless there's some witch play happening, which there clearly is. They have nothing to gain. When the police inspects it, they're gonna find evidence. Boom. And if it was the servants, yeah, it doesn't make sense. Oh, right, of course. Battler is arguing right now that it isn't the servants. That it doesn't make sense that it is the servants. Of course, he's arguing against Eva's little speculations. Yeah, but the culprit wanted the bodies to be found. To me, I don't see any other why would they draw a random magic circle, as if they knew someone was going to find the bodies, right? Why would you draw? Why would you draw a magic circle, clearly inviting people in there, if you were hoping that the bodies would be hidden there, and you were hoping that people wouldn't find the bodies, and you'd hidden them, right? Why would you hide a sort of message in the magic circle, a sort of symbol? Why would you even need to draw that? Just hide the bodies there and go. If the bodies were found, a report would be sent to the police. The remaining people would become more cautious. They could start looking for who was responsible. Anyway, none of these things would make the culprits feel any more comfortable. Oh! Wait! Oh, just like the words of the main character's mother in a novel I read recently called Higurashi no Nakagoro. What? Oh! Oh, oh, oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. What? What? Oh, what? My brain. Wait, 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 wait. Wait, wait, wait. I read those words first for reading those words because they were all in like the different font, and I was like, wait, I didn't just read Higurashi. Wait, 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 wait. Pause, 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 pause. Just like the words of the main character's mother in a novel I read recently called Higurashi no Naku Koroni. So okay, so the main character of Higurashi, okay, he's saying novel. Here's the thing, I haven't read the visual novel of Higurashi. I've only watched the show, like the old show, the OVAs of the old show. Well, not all of the OVAs, but some of them, and the new show, the new anime that came out like 2 years ago or a year ago. The Go and Sotsu one, right? Sotsu just finished. Actually, I think it finished like August of last year or September 2021, and I watched all of it. But I haven't read the visual novel. So I'm sure I'm missing a lot of context and a lot of stuff about Higurashi. But this is very funny. Very funny to see Higurashi mentioned here. Okay, so in the Umineko world, this is a whole discussion that's gonna come up. In the Umineko world, Higurashi is a novel. Right? It's a novel. So it's a fictional novel, right? It's fictional. Right? I guess this is what the commenter meant. I received a comment about this like 10 Umineko parts ago, several long time ago, because I mentioned many parts ago that I thought that this visual novel and Higurashi's visual novel were put in the same universe, because that's what my friend told me who has played the visual novel. But then I got a comment from a commenter who said, well, things are more complicated than that, but that they're mostly not connected, and that, well, he didn't want to spoil me, apparently it's spoilery, but he told me that if, let's say, Battler went to Hinamizawa in the Umineko world, he would not find Hinamizawa, he would not find this Oyashiro curse stuff, he would not find Rika and not Battler, but the main character Keiichi, and the others from Higurashi. That's what he told me, or she, I don't know who the commenter was, whatever, the gender, they told me. So that's what they told me, and so they're not in the same universe, apparently they're not. So that brings but now that and they, one more thing that the commenter told me, they told me that what am I saying here? They told me my brain is losing itself. Let me see. Right, they told me that in a certain line that's gonna appear in the visual novel. They didn't tell me at what point, but there's going to be a line in the visual novel that's basically going to confirm that they're not in the same universe or something along those lines, or that it would a lot of this them being in the same universe can't really hold up necessarily. And I wonder if this is the line that we were talking about, because if Battler has read the novel, the visual novel, I guess. Well, the visual novels didn't exist back then necessarily, did they? Because it needs, yeah. But the novel, I guess it was the direct novel of. If he read that in Higurashi, then of course in Umineko's world, Higurashi didn't come out in the early 2000s. It came out in the 70s or 80s in the Umineko world, of course. But yeah, if he read that novel, then not Keiichi, but Battler knows about Keiichi and Rika and their stories and all that. Which means I don't really know how the witch situation is in the visual novel of Higurashi. Is Ewa in Higurashi's visual novel? You know, Ewa-san, the woman from Higurashi Go? Because Ewa from Higurashi Go, from the anime, I've only watched the anime for Higurashi. Ewa gave Satoko Spoilers for Higurashi, by the way, the anime at least, the new anime. I don't know if these are spoilers for the visual novel. I don't know, but Ewa gave um, gave Satoko looping powers, just like Rika. Rika got her looping powers from Hanyu, though, didn't she? And Hanyu said that she was lonely for a long time, and then she gave like time looping powers to Rika, who was then stuck in Hinazawa. I believe it was 1983. This is 1986. I believe Higurashi is 1983. Um, I believe so. And then so she gave she gave Satoko, whatever, Ewa gave Satoko time looping powers. Um, along with Rika. Then Satoko time looped for I don't know however many years she time looped, and then the whole story ended. I'm not gonna spoil the ending at this point. But Ewa did say that Hanyu was a fragment of herself, and that she was a witch too. Something about witches. So I don't know how Beatrice fits into all this of her being a witch. I don't know if I can compare her to Ewa, the witch Ewa-san, in any way, or I don't know if I can compare what's happening in Umineko at all to what's happening with Ewa, Satoko, and the time looping stuff in Higurashi. But yeah, in a novel I recently read called Higurashi, it definitely Alright, guys. I'm unbelievably sorry. I'm back. Okay. I'm just gonna. Okay. So I'm gonna have to explain myself here, don't I? My roommate came to me to talk about there's a lot of snow outside. There was a lot of snow building up outside of our I wouldn't call it. It's not a house, but you get what I'm saying, right? We're students in university, so we had to like clean up the snow, and he told me that he wanted help with that, and I was like, of course, yeah, of course, it's my responsibility to do that too. So I ended up to help him, and yeah, that's basically why I had to go. And it was such a heated discussion about Higurashi and everything. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna keep it going for you for a bit longer and end the part now because yeah, I kind of had to go. So I'm very sorry about that. But yeah, now the snow's all clean. The outside is good. I live in Norway, so of course the of course the there's gonna be snow everywhere. We're used to that though. But yeah, oh, he also asked me. He also asked me whether I threw a sock in the trash, and I was like, "What? It's not me. It was clearly the third roommate. Whoever the third roommate is threw a sock in the trash." And he was like, "Okay, I'll go ask about it." I'm like, "Okay, you do that," because I've never thrown a sock in a trash before. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep it moving. I think I said most of the important stuff about Higurashi and that in the discussion earlier. So I think I'm just gonna keep it moving here. But battle spread to Higurashi. And by the way, I just want to say this right now. I don't know if you guys have seen Higurashi or not, but I'm just gonna say this right now. Don't hate me too much. I'm gonna say it. Because he's talking about main character and main character's mothers, right? Just saying this. I'm gonna whisper this, so I hope you guys can hear me. And don't tell anyone. This is between me and me, okay? Battler is a better main character than Keiichi. Guys, chill. Guys, don't start a warfare. I've said it. It's true. Come on. He's giving me that impression. I really like him. I really love him. And you know, of course, other person is not bad. You know, I like him, of course, but Battler, you know, the way he's handling some of these stuff has really made me like him. Just saying. The way Battler's handling the loss of his family, and the way he's handling everything in general, his personality in general, has hit me better than the way Keiichi was handling the deaths in his world. I guess I could say. But to be fair, their situations are very different. Keiichi literally saw people. I mean, he literally saw one of his best friends, right? Trying to murder him, and she did murder him. And then he went into another time loop and lived in another time loop. But really, it's weird because main character, right? Isn't the main character Rika? It feels like the main character should be Rika in Higurashi, but although you're not so. You don't, at least, okay, I haven't seen the visual novel, so maybe in the visual novel it does appear as if Rika is the main character, but to me, I guess that's the whole point of the plot twist about Rika being the time looper in the second season. It's supposed to be in the second season of Higurashi that Rika's the time looper and everything, but in the first season, it really seemed like Keiichi was like the main character and he was gonna solve everything, and then it's like, oh, no, Rika's actually the main character. Imagine that's what happens in Umineko too. It's like, oh, Maria's the main character. I'm like, wow, Maria's the main character? Well, come on. Maria's been time looping. Nah. But, but yeah. Considering Higurashi's a novel in Umineko's world, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that they're not in the same universe necessarily. I understand why it might be complicated, but I'm gonna take it as it's a novel written by a person within the Umineko world. And that it's the same story and the same visual novel as the Higurashi that we know of, except it was written by someone else because it was written in the 70s or 80s or whatever, whenever Keiichi read it. Not Keiichi, Battler. Now I'm talking about Keiichi as if Keiichi is the main character of this visual novel, but no, it's Battler. That's our boy Battler. We like Battler. Alright, and we'll keep it going. And of course, I apologize about taking that break there. But yeah, a mystery story has 4 parts: introduction, development, turn, and conclusion. And so, to commit the perfect crime, it is essential to eliminate the introduction. Interesting. So we immediately start with development. But okay, well, if we're thinking about Umineko as a visual story, you clearly did not eliminate the introduction. We spent a whole, like, what, 10 hours? I don't know, even more. How long? The introduction was like all the way up until like the family drama. I would say it was mostly introduction, and I guess the family drama itself wasn't kind of an introduction. So we spent like 10 hours with this introduction. I'm just saying, the development is happening right now. This is what's going on right now. This is the development, since the killings and stuff. Before that, I feel like it was introduction. I'm just saying. Just saying. But to commit the perfect crime, it is essential to limit introduction. Right, to make everything more confusing for everybody. Right now, no one knew where grandfather was. Because we weren't introduced to him? That doesn't make sense. We were clearly introduced to grandfather, but okay, mate. We didn't know whether he had already become a victim or if he was one of the culprits. But this state of confusion had to be beneficial to whoever did this. Oh yeah, absolutely. In fact, this state of confusion is exactly what they wanted. Yay! He's finally gonna talk about the magic circle. The red magic circle. By blatantly advertising the bodies to us and declaring, hey, there's a murder case going on, the culprit had absolutely nothing to gain. But at the same time, it feels like they gained everything. Because why would the murderer want to advertise, yo, there's a murder case? It's like, why would they? Why would they draw this circle? But to be fair, the only person, or at least the only story that passes to that, even though it might not make sense in actual terms, is Beatrice. Beatrice has been very public so far, even though she's never actually shown herself. She's gone like, yo, Maria, take this letter and publicly state to everybody exactly what I'm gonna do. Exactly what I'm gonna do. That was the letter. Okay, alright, the murders are gonna begin. Well, if you find the gold though, I'll give the inheritance to you. But otherwise, murders are gonna start happening. Good luck. She clearly came out with this. So the bodies being so blatantly visible and advertised, to me, is just another one of Beatrice's messages. And he's like, she's coming for us, bruh. Right. That was where we could flip over the chessboard. Ah, right, yeah. Flip it over. Yes! Yes! We're gonna remember Kirya's legacy with the flipping over the chessboard. Right? That to me, like, that's almost her entire character. Flipping over the chessboard. Let's go. Kirya gave us the ultimate tool. She gave us the ultimate tool to discovering this mystery. So this blatant advertisement of the bodies was itself the culprit's goal. So it may well be that to the culprit, having the 6 corpses present there meant more than the deaths themselves. Oh. So that's what you get from flipping over the chessboard, huh, Battler? Having the 6 corpses, yeah. So, to the culprit, it's not about actually killing Rudolph. They don't care about killing Rudolph or Kraus or Shannon or the rest. They care more about 6 corpses being there and the rest of us finding out and going like, oh my god. Which again lines up with Beatrice. Beatrice wanting people to believe in her, believe she exists, believe in her story, believe in the epitaph. It lines up, but not fully, but somewhat. Just saying. I think you guys should start discussing the epitaph. And also, it might line up with Kinzo's disappearance if he's the one that wrote the epitaph to begin with, and then left now that the deaths have happened. Why would he leave? That doesn't line up with the epitaph, but it might line up with something regarding the epitaph. Just saying. Just saying. I know Battler's not gonna believe in witches as easily as that, and I don't want him to. I don't want him to be fair. I think I think it's better for me if Battler is more realistic and rational and thinking smart than immediately going witches. Yeah. The epitaph is real. I think I wouldn't like that as much, even though I believe that Beatrice and the witch had a hand in this. To me, I wouldn't like it if Battler was as quick to go in for that, because I know that if I was in his world, him in his place, I wouldn't be acting the same way. Like, as in, I wouldn't believe that the witch or some 19th. I don't know about 19th first, but I wouldn't believe the witch was behind it, right? That doesn't make sense. Witches to tell me that witches exist, even though there's never been any proof, and at any point in history from the start of humans until now, other than that's just some random stories told by people. We've never actually seen living proof of a witch. So, like, if I was Battler, I completely understand not believing in witches. There's been no scientific results of any witches existing. So I kind of see where Battler's coming from. And of course, guys, don't spin this around to talk about religion. All right, again, no, not religion. I know this is a weird satanic symbol and everything like that. Nah. Don't really bring religion into this whole stuff. All right, witches, specifically witches, right? Believing in God is a different thing. It's a different thing, guys. Different thing. Please. Let's focus on Umineko. Okay, please. Thank you. Alright. In other words, the culprit wanted to display these murders. To who? To us. Clearly. We're the only ones here. Right? We're the only ones on the island. Who else? Who else than to all of us? Maybe the culprit is a psychopath maniac and wants us to be doing detective work. Maybe that's the whole goal. Just laugh as we try to figure out how these murders came to be. Similarly to you guys watching this video, all of you, laugh as I'm an idiot trying to figure out what's going on here. Maybe the murderers and you guys watching aren't so different after all. Got you. Yeah. Yeah, you psychopaths. No, okay. Anyway, I've gone off board with that one. All right. Display the murders. To us, exactly. Yes, Battler. To us. To me. You guys want to see me? Nah, okay. We'll stop with that analogy for now. It was a message. The culprit was trying to shove something in our faces. Yes, especially with the magic circle. I think that is more obvious than ever with the magic circle. I didn't know what that could be. At the current time, none of us could grasp anything from this vulgar mass murder except malice. Maybe that's also part of the culprit's goal. Maybe the culprit wants you guys to hold malice at this current time. Maybe the culprit doesn't want you guys to start figuring things out. Malice towards everyone? Perhaps. Okay. You are irritated right now, Battler, towards the murderer, towards the culprit, towards whoever did this. Maybe that is exactly the goal of the culprit. Have you thought about that? Each one of the survivors had some kind of connection to one of the 6 who had been killed. Yes, obviously. I think that is kind of obvious. We're all related. We're all Ushiromiya here, or at least very closely related to them, if we're servants. So yes. Uncle Cross's death brought sorrow to Jessica's family. The deaths of Dad and Kirya-san brought sorrow to me. Well, Auntie Rosa's death brought sorrow to Maria. Aha! You're comparing the 3 cousins, but you're missing one cousin, George. Well, he got sorrow from Shannon's death. So all the cousins got sorrow from deaths. Wait a minute, no, wait. Before we go there, Auntie Rosa's death brought sorrow to Maria. Cap! Get out. Maria's not, she wasn't even phased, bro. She was like, oh, my mother's dead? On God? For real? Damn, that's crazy. I'm 9 years old, but that's crazy. My mother's dead. Ah, that's nice. Cool. another day of the week for me. You know what I'm saying? Or I guess one day in the lifetime, because your mother only dies once. Instead of you only live once, YOLO, your mother only dies once. That would be what? YMLO? No wait. YMOLO. Yamolo. No wait, no. What am I saying? Your mother only dies once. YMODO. Yamodo. Yamodo. Hell yes. Yamodo. Your mother only dies once, bro. Wait, no, maybe not. If if Rosa if if Rosa gets brought back by if Rosa gets brought back by Beatrice like she said she would at the end of this entire massacre in the epitaph, then it's your mother only dies twice or more. That would be YMO, your mother only. YMODT, Yamot, twice. Yamot O, Yamato, or more. Yamatom, Yamatom, Yamatom. Your mother only dies twice or more. Yamatom, Yamatom, Yamatom. Let's go. Because that's clearly it. Maybe Maria believes in the whole epitaph story, so she's not that worried about Rosa's death, because she knows, like, alright, it's fine, she'll be back. Maria's like, yeah, she'll be back. I hope she will be. Please, please, please bring her back. Please, 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 please. Alright. Gora's death probably dealt a shock to his fellow servants. And Shannon, of course. Shannon to George. You're gonna talk about George, yeah? And Shannon's death brought grief to George Aniki, who had proposed to her, and to Canon-kun, who had loved her like an older sister. I'm sure Shannon's death also brought grief to Genji, even though Genji doesn't really show his emotions at all, basically. Who loved her like an older sister, yeah. Everyone now on this island had received an equal amount of sadness. So you're saying, because of everyone, unless someone could be acting that they're sad, but unless someone's acting like they're sad, you're saying that the culprit can't really be one of us, because we were all troubled, clearly, by the deaths. Other than Maria for some reason. Maria's good, so I don't know what you're on. Maria's fine. She Rose's death and the other people's death did not phase her at all. Although bringing her to the bodies might bring a different reaction. Maria might react differently. Who knows? But yeah. Auntie Eva had claimed that the servants were definitely in cahoots. But then how could you explain the deaths of Gora and Shannon? Like I said, I've already argued for why you could somehow explain for Gora and Shannon's death, but my arguments weren't good enough for them to still be worth. Because my arguments for Gora hasn't been working for a while, so they didn't care that much, and Shannon, because she wasn't a full servant, she was having a relationship with George, and the culprit knew about it. But again, that's not enough explanation. Yeah, it's not enough. The arguments are not deep enough or explanatory enough, I feel like. And by this argument, the grief caused by the 6 deaths hit everyone but Auntie Eva and Uncle Hideyoshi. See, that was my immediate reaction too. You say that. I know you're going to say that. My immediate reaction when the deaths happened. Yes, if you guys have seen the part where we first saw the deaths and they first found all the dead bodies, right? When I found out everyone except Eva and Hideyoshi died, every single like direct family member had died, and Kirie too and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is gonna benefit Eva and Hideyoshi the most. That was my immediate reaction. I remember that being my immediate reaction before thinking about the servants, before thinking about any of the cousins, or before thinking about Natsui, right? Or before even thinking about Kenzo and Beatrice. Of course, I do believe Beatrice had a hand in this, and Kenzo knows about stuff. I immediately went like, yeah, this is gonna benefit Eva and Hideyoshi. But what I also did say, and that I still stand by, is it would add up that they didn't know about the ring, to be fair, about George giving her the ring and them not being aware of that, that adds up. Even if they did kill Shannon, but one thing is, I feel that would be too obvious, right? You remember earlier what Battler said? Anyone could have come up with that conclusion. It just felt too obvious, and I just can't accept that. Same thing, anyone could have come up with the conclusion that it's Evan Hideyoshi, and I just can't accept that. I'm like Battler, he's just like me for real. Me and Battler, we're the same. And we are, and like we've had. It's crazy how we've also had similar childhoods and lives until now. That's crazy. The parallels between me and Battler are insane. I'm just saying. Although we have vastly different personalities, me and Battler, like. And I can't, we're the same, because I can't just accept that it's Eva and Hideyoshi. It's too obvious. Anyone could come up with that, right? They're the first targets I thought of. So, It was very possible to doubt Auntie Eva herself, who was acting like she was outside the net of suspicion, and who might have been trying to point that suspicion at the servants. See, again, I don't think so. It sounds too obvious. It sounds too obvious. It sounds too obvious. And think about it, Battler. Do you think Eva's bad at self-reflection, Battler? Do y'all think Eva's bad at self-reflection? Because if Eva's good at self-reflection, she would also notice herself and Hideyoshi as primary targets. If she was good at self-reflection. And wouldn't she mention that then? Unless she's not mentioning it on purpose? Right? In the first place, she had managed to avoid suspicion and place it on the servants without argument about the key to the shutter. But if you looked at it from a perspective of motive, about who had gained from something from the murders, Auntie Eva's name floated to the top of the list. One thing about that. One thing about this too. So firstly, why wouldn't she kill Natsui then? Come on now, that bloody doorknob. Come on now. If it really was Eva and not some witchcraft working here, there's no way a doorknob is gonna stop Eva from killing Natsui. Unless you could make the argument that, and if you make the argument that it was Natsui, Natsui didn't do it because it would make her seem even more like an obvious target, because yeah, of course she would target Natsui, because she has those snarky comments, because she has, her and Natsui have this like conflict going on. We've seen since the start of the visual novel, we've seen Eva and Natsui just argue with each other and just have these like weird like little like dabbles at each other. So you could argue that that it would make it even more obvious, but at the same time, why would she leave the bloody door not bloody unless she had to run away? I feel like that again. And unless you're arguing that she left Natsuo alive on purpose because of this whole conflict they had between each other. So that's just another thing. But yeah, let's see what Battler's saying from here. Scarring the score.
バトラ君が何を考えてるか、おばさんわかるわよ。
With that music change. You know what? That is the perfect place to end it, ladies and gentlemen. Battler-kun, Auntie Eva knows what you're thinking, okay? Oh, sorry again. Okay. Anyway, yeah. I'm gonna end this here. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this one. I was gonna end it like, oh my god, this has turned out to be a much longer part because I don't edit these and because I had to take a break there. But I hope this was enjoyable anyway. And yeah, a lot of stuff I had to do there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this part of Umineko when they cry. I think we're gonna end this off. We're gonna blue ball ourselves here, and end this off at Eva realizing that Battler's suspecting her. Which, again, I knew it was gonna happen. Cause like surely Eva's self-aware enough to realize that she has to be one of the main suspects here, right? Even though I don't think she necessarily did it. But okay, we're gonna end it off there. We'll see what Eva has to say next part, because I think next part is gonna start. I want next part to start spicy, like, ooh, Battler Kun. Auntie knows what you're thinking. So that's an exciting. I think that's an exciting place to both end it and start it. All right. So yeah, and the music too. The music change. We've gotta really set up the vibe. I like it a lot. So yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Sorry for the breaks there. I'll try to look at the time. I'll try to look at the times and put them both in the description and in the comment section below when you guys are watching this, so that you guys know which parts to skip when I have to take a quick break, because I don't edit these because I'm recording this on a potato laptop. I can't really edit these, but well, let me think. I don't think it's impossible for me to edit these. Let me think. Oof. Actually, no. I've tried it before. Right, I remember trying it before, and I spent like 2 hours on it, and it kept trashing on itself. Like, these videos are too long. My laptop is too trash. The editing software just like breaks down. I can't edit. So yeah, I could edit my other videos that I record on console, but I can't edit these ones, unfortunately. So only when I record console games. So if you guys want to play a video game that's on a console, that's much better for me, because first things first, we won't be receiving these same frame rate issues for one, and another thing is, yeah, I can actually more properly edit them. So there's that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this anyway. Mostly unedited here. Mostly completely unedited. I don't know why I said mostly. It's a habit I have of saying mostly to things when it's wholly, because it's like I don't want to generalize. I hate generalizing stuff. So when I say mostly, it's helped me like, oh yeah, it's mostly, but not everybody, because then it's like you're not generalizing. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. Well, see you guys next time for some more Umineko when they cry and the continuation of Eva and Battler's discussion. Alright guys, oh yeah, and hope everything is going well over at Ukraine, the whole Russia-Ukraine stuff. If you have anyone you know from there, best wishes to you, and hope everything's okay to all your friends and you too, of course. But yeah, see you guys next time for more Umineko. Alright, peace.